The gaming industry is full of amazing and diverse lines of products meant for any situation.
It's like GTA if you were a shark.
Oh, do you not want to exercise and just want to play video games? Well, Nintendo just says get up, you lazy bum. You like music? Well, then just pull up Just Dance and dance, monkey, dance! But what about games to just simply hang out? Sure, there are plenty of multiplayer games like Call of Duty, but that's more for the boys. What about games to play when you're with those people? The casuals who can't even name 4 characters in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. What's a game that can be played at a party that basically anyone of any age can just pick up, start playing, and have a great time? Now, I know the first answer that comes to mind is a Mario Party game, but first of all, do you really want to expose your grandma to bumper balls? But even then, you need the console for at cheapest $300, the game for $60, and like 4 controllers, which alone is almost the price of the console by itself. Rounding up, because I'm a dickhead, a single game of Mario Party could cost almost $700. And even then, if we're talking in the context of a party, Mario Party games usually only allow up to 4 players to take part. What kind of party is this? What if there was something that we could all do together that's accessible, enjoyable to a casual audience, lightweight, and is even entertaining to watch for the people that's not even taking part? An orgy. Jackbox Party Pack. A cheap collection of 5 minigames that are all lightweight and simple to pick up and play for everyone. And best of all, are all designed to be playable on your smartphone or computer. As an added perk, the games are also able to be played over online friend groups by just simply screen sharing the game. It's just completely genius. Jackbox is something I felt was always great for not only parties, but just regular hangouts, and heck, even the gaming industry as a whole. A lot of these games are just so nice to play and have the complexity of a flash game, and it's the players that make all the fun. Just discussing all the games, drawing stupid art, and coming up with great bits that create long-lasting memories and can create new ones over and over again. Then there comes a point in every man's life where they have to answer the question, what Jackbox game is your favorite? Is it even possible to answer that question? That there's so many, I just can't answer. Especially seeing as how I haven't played them all. What if the only one someone has played was Drawful and they try to act like it's the greatest game ever? Like, dude, come on, Bidiots is right there. And he gets taken out on a boat by a rich guy and gets shot off it. Do you want that? No. So today, I thought it would be fun to go over every Jackbox game, as while I'm a bit of a Jackbox enjoyer, I actually haven't played a lot of these. Neither have my friends. I wanted to kind of go through them all, revisit some old classic bangers from deep in my friend group's history, or discover some new classics I've never even heard of before. But of course, I'm not just gonna play them, we're gonna rank them too, in the definitely still relevant video format that is a tier list. These are still relevant, right? We're just gonna stick to the regular 11 party packs, A, just to make this easier, and B, because I can't do the naughty pack because the group I was in was not interested in playing it, and also YouTube would not be interested in me playing it. But just focusing on the 11 party packs, let's take a journey and let's see what Jackbox games are the best, worst, and all the above. Let's hope for laughs, love, and hey, maybe even learn a bit about ourselves along the way, or whatever corny stuff. Just start the transition already. First up, we have You Don't Know Jack, 2015, a trivia game where questions are asked in a very quirky way, almost like a riddle. For example, one of the questions was if you wanted to free all of the killer whales from every SeaWorld location, how many rescue missions would you need to go on? And the question is just simply how many SeaWorld locations there are in the world. It is a very interesting trivia game. The problem is, well, I'm an idiot, and so are my friends. Though weirdly enough, we were basically all on the same page with our guesses, as we would all guess basically the same thing.
Because like the cat had the fiddle, the cow was jumping over the moon, and I don't think I don't think the spoon would be laughing.
I don't know, man. It's a nursery rhyme. A spoon could come to life.
In addition to the questions, you also have a screw mechanic where you can screw other players to answer the question, and if they get it wrong, they lose more money and you gain more money, which does add an extra layer to the game. There's also a couple of modes to mix things up, like this or that, where you have two categories and you have to select what the word given relates to which category. I honestly really like this game mode, and it's probably my favorite part of You Don't Know Jack. Then there's a final round where you're given one word and then you have to select when a word relating to it shows up. This one is also pretty good, though I do feel both of these suffer from playing these games online, as the people in the Discord call are at a disadvantage due to Discord screen share latency. Other than that, and the announcer guy not really being that funny with general kinda lame jokes, and at that, jokes that go on for far too long.
Oh, I just got back from traveling the world, studying all the profound teaching.
I hate this voice.
You Don't Know Jack is pretty good. Going in C tier for being a trivia game, and that's about it. It's got that Jackbox charm and humor, but it's definitely not quite there yet. Drawful is kind of like a version of Pictionary, where you're given a prompt and you draw that prompt, or don't because you don't know how to draw, but I don't use generative AI, so I'm better than you. Either way, then players make a guess on what it is, and you get points if the player can correctly guess what the prompt was, or the other players get a point if they get theirs picked. This one can be pretty fun, and it can be pretty ridiculous trying to look through your friend's eyes trying to figure out why your friend would draw a certain thing. One of the funnier props was one was just straight up a swirly circle, and we thought that was just too simple and obvious. Lo and behold, my friend drew a swirly circle. The one thing is that Drawful is a very basic drawing game. There are absolutely no options for any brush tools, or more importantly, no eraser or an undo button. This becomes a problem when you intend to draw a red carpet in a doorway, realize you can't do that because you can't draw, but you're stuck with the base of that and just draw a big man. Still, despite all that, we had a lot of fun.
Placed by a country mile.
Escalator?
That's a
I'm just glad that we all got to share this.
This was the second best game on our list of this pack, at a low B tier. Really fun idea, but missing out on some big drawing features. An undo feature at the very least would have gone a long way to help this game out. Word Spud is great. Apparently people don't like this one, but nah, this one's pretty good. You start off with a word and you just add to it. That's about it. It's simple, but it can be pretty fun to see what you and your friends come up with. Not much to say. It's simple, but funny. I also love how it combines all of your words at the very end, like a word. Spud. True facts of life, help me please. An 800-pound gorilla is stomping on my balls. Rudy, what are you doing here? We are in real life New York City. Cats are very cool and epic balls. God damn it, I'm still being crushed out. Oh thank God, it's Harambe. Hey, he's eating some good nuts and my mouth is filled with nuts. In my mouth, nuts are yummy and salty. DK Dan, the man boobs, balls. Cool IDK man, I just work here. The friend group thought this was good, but it definitely does rely on the friend group you're with. This one is a low C, under You Don't Know Jack for now, but we'll probably get much lower. Still, we really liked it. We were not very nice to Lie Swatter, on the contrary. Lie Swatter is another trivia game where it shows a sentence and you have to decide whether it was a truth or a lie. Now once again, we're idiots. But unlike You Don't Know Jack, Lie Swatter has basically no extra flair or anything. I like the style of it, you know, the name Lie Swatter, like that's cool, but there's nothing else to it. You Don't Know Jack has different game modes and an unfunny host, but Lie Swatter just strips out everything and it's just a trivia game. I don't even feel like there's anything even funny with these true or false questions. Like the questions aren't like, oh come on, that can't be true, and then it turns out to be and you're all shocked. There were a couple of those, but not nearly enough to be impactful. The main thing that impacted us about this game was that one of these final rounds was true or false on Shaq rap lyrics, and none of us knew that Shaq had even rapped. We gave Lie Swatter a D, for sure the worst game we have played in this collection, and definitely not the best lying related game. That honor goes to Fibbage XL. Yeah, Fibbage was the best game in this collection. Big shock. Fibbage is great, man. It's technically a trivia game, but it's kind of a mix of that and Drawful, where it gives you a question, but you have to put in a lie. So you're basically just supplying multiple choice answers for these lazy developers. But nah, this one's great. And I feel the questions give a lot of material to work with and are just great questions to boot.
I like Wild.
Jimmy Hoffa's unusual middle name. Phobia is the constant fear of your blank.
Mother clothes being on fire. I love the thought of
That
fingernails.
seems good.
You just looked out of your head.
A man in Florida was arrested for calling 911 to complain that he wasn't allowed to bring his blank into a strip club.
This could be anything.
Enter your lives
To be-
now.
This could literally be anything.
This could
Yeah, I picked
be
a good one.
anything.
He can't bring
I'm
his
sorry, so you're
dick.
gonna have to remove that.
There's unfortunately not really any extra game modes to spice things up, which kind of does dock at some points. However, this game is great. This game mode goes all the way to A tier, the best game we have played in this collection. But the friend group knows it could get better from here. Jackbox Party Pack 1 was a pretty decent start. Some of the games were good, some not so much. But Fibbage and even You Don't Know Jack was really starting to show that Jackbox charm. Let's see what they did in the next year in the next party pack. Already starting off with our first sequel. Fibbage 2 is more of the same from Fibbage 1, only with the addition of the defibrillator, which you can use once to leave only 2 options for your answer. While that alone is enough to make it better, I also just feel like the questions were better than the first Fibbage. I think something that really helped with that was the addition of letting players select certain categories so the questions are somewhat more tailored to the group you're in. Other than that, it's just Fibbage, but better. I wouldn't say it's really a sequel to Fibbage, rather just a more refined sequel. But those refinements put it just above Fibbage 1, but still in the A tier. Since I didn't have much to talk about it, I'll just play some footage of us playing, but before I do that, I do want to give a little tease that this is actually my least favorite game in Party Pack 2. Not to say all the games are going to be higher from here on out, as there are still some things to consider with each game, but that should tell you how great of a collection Jackbox Party Pack 2 is.
If you go to 77 degrees, 51 minutes south, and 166 degrees, 40 minutes east in Antarctica, you'll find one of 2 blank on the entire continent.
No fires.
Makes sense.
I hope there's no
I hope-
I'm awful.
I hope-
One of
I-
2 penguins on the entire continent.
Also, specific location for those penguins.
According to the Oxford English Dictionary, the Beastie Boys are credited with coining the term blank.
I believe mullet.
Sure shot.
That it? Oh!
So
Dang
they
it.
invented the mullet?
They did. I was on to something. I was on to something. I should have picked it.
The unusual thing that jazz musician Bill Wharton is known for having on stage during his concerts.
A pot of gumbo? Where's my gumbo? There was my gumbo. He had my gumbo the whole time.
Oh my god.
You know what? I want my gumbo. I'm voting for gumbo. Is it actually?
No way, it's the gumbo.
No way. Ah! He did have my gumbo. That's where my gumbo is. They had my gumbo.
Bill Wharton, your days are numbered.
I can't believe it. JustCole lore is going insane. Earwax is a really fun one. Earwax gives you a prompt of something, and then it gives you a round of sound effects for you to describe that prompt. Really funny concept, but there are a couple of problems. And it's not just the fact that this leads to a lot of poop jokes.
Mating call of a Democrat.
The main problem is that you're not allowed to listen to the sound effects on your device. You only know what the sound is and not what it exactly sounds like. Now, while that could lead to some funny surprises, it could also lead to the idea of what you picked being way less funny than what you had in your head. This is a kind of double-edged sword, because I understand if there are 2 different people that liked both ways of doing it, but Our friend group decided that we didn't really like it that way and would have preferred to hear the sound effects just to make sure your joke was the best it could possibly be. However, we still had a lot of fun with it, and that cannot be ignored.
Prompt will be this player trying to beatbox.
Oh no. Oh no. Well, that's pretty good though.
Hey, do these to try, baby.
Judge, it's in your hands now. Finish him. So this is how the world ends. Not with a bang, but with a... Brazilian wax. Judge, it's in your hands.
I don't like that last one.
We decided to go with B tier for it, just above Drawful. Really, really funny, but once again, would be just a little better if the sound effects could be heard beforehand. Bidiots is another drawing game, but it is a lot more of a game than Drawful was, as it gives you 2 drawings to draw per player. Then once those are done, those art pieces are brought up for auction, with some art pieces being worth more than others to art collectors. Each player is given 3 pieces of info on 3 drawings, 2 of the lower price items and 1 of the higher price items. Now, you could think that, oh, just try to watch out for the higher price item that you have and you're golden, right?
Oh.
Whoa!
Look at all
It
God
was that!
damn!
Oh my god! How is that that? I have that one on mine! I know what that is! How is that?
Whoa, said the scorpion. Wow.
Well, no, because there are so many pieces of artwork around a certain theme. I was looking for an art piece called The Last Dance that valued for $3,700, and it felt like every other art piece was dancing themed, and you never know if you want to take the risk or not. And something about the long-winded auction announcer going on and doing his going once, going twice, and then someone bidding at the last second never got old. It was incredibly funny, but also incredibly stressful. I absolutely loved Bid Idiots. It was incredibly funny trying to piece together what piece of artwork could be and being stressed out whether you should give your life savings and take the risk or take up
predatory loans. It's a horrible deal, but you might not have a choice.
Sounds like we're gonna get a GTA radio station.
I love these jingles. They're really
Now, the only thing is, I loved Bid Idiots, but it has the exact same problems that Drawful had. In that Bid Idiots, once again, does not have much in terms of drawing features. No brushes, no eraser or undo button, and no colors. One of my prompts was to draw Yoda from Harry Potter, and yet I couldn't draw in green, so I had to improvise. Do you like it?
Oh my god, it's so cute!
Anyway, Bid Idiots is incredible. I honestly fought for low S tier, but with the lack of drawing features still like Drawful, I'm kinda glad in hindsight that the friend group decided on high A tier, as it was probably deserved to be there more. But our next game was unanimously decided on its ranking. Come on, guys, it's Quiplash. Everybody knows Quiplash. Quiplash is an absolute classic Jackbox game, and possibly the only Jackbox game that anyone really knows about. Everyone knows that the game is all about getting sent a question, 2 players then answer that question in the funniest way imaginable, and then the players vote on which answer they like the most. The style of the game is incredibly iconic with these great character icons.
Oh look, they're dancing to the music. I didn't even realize it.
And safe to say, it was an automatic S tier. Like, why wouldn't it be? I will say we went in a little biased because honestly, other than a blue rat, a lot of us bonded over Quiplash. A lot of this friend group specifically would play a lot of Quiplash in our early days, and even before I came in, Tessa would stream Quiplash on YouTube over Hangouts. You remember Hangouts? Google's versions of Skype and Discord? I'll do you one better. Do you remember when you could stream to YouTube from Hangouts? I do! It was horrible! The screen share moved in like 5 FPS. It was awesome. Like I said, absolute S tier. Absolute Quip cinema, if you will.
Matt, what did you say to put when you don't know what to put?
Poop, 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 fart. You're actually gonna put that, aren't you?
No.
A street name you never see.
John Cena Lane.
The most annoying coworker would constantly blank.
Scream Sonic voice. Not do work.
Don't work. You know what?
That's pretty annoying. I can't lie.
The best cure for a hangover.
What? Drink more until a soothe around is sober.
Oh my god.
I mean,
I like the way you.
I'm sorry, babe.
You know what? That's fair.
What's that gonna do?
A fun thing to think about during mediocre sex.
I mean tomato, my guy.
The Tooth Fairy's other job.
In the weird Tooth Fairy movie, only tea.
Only tea.
The worst breakfast, pancakes shaped like blank.
Oh,
Like the rapture.
I want to know what the rapture's shape.
What would it be shaped like?
The perfect song to hum on the toilet.
Hate everything about you.
Fucking
I understood that.
man.
Forget dogs. What is really man's best friend?
See, mine is actual Oshawott. You people just chose plushies.
Now, Bomb Corp. If you need to restart someone's heartbeat, just let them play Bomb Corp, because Bomb Corp is absolutely ridiculously stressful. And I've said Bomb Corp so many times, I think I'm gonna... Let's talk about the actual company Bomb Corp real quick, because of all the mismanaged companies there are in the world, Temu, Comcast, Bitcoin, OceanGate. Of all those companies, the worst type of mismanaged company is a literal bomb company, because they keep lying bombs around the place that it's our job to defuse. But not just that, apparently the filing cabinets are rigged to explode if you just happen to accidentally not fill out the names in alphabetical order.
Oh, and if you get something wrong, the filing cabinet will blow up. Yeah, I know. It sucks.
What the
fuck?
This is the worst company. What kind of company is this? I mean, the workers literally put out poison in its coffee, but make sure to put enough milk over it, then it won't kill you as fast. The timer to defuse these bombs is just enough to just barely make it, and the instructions are spread out between all of the players, making for a very chaotic game, and trying to make sure you remember all of the mind-bending rules, with a lot of the rules having literally typos that you have to keep track of. And because of that, you might mishear every now and then
Sort by last name from A to Z. Okay, so I can go first.
Oh, last name! I'm dumb! Last name!
Oh no! Cole?
I'm so dumb! Bomb Corps is really fun and energetic, but maybe it's a bit too stressful. And more importantly, I'm not sure if it's a game that a lot of people would want to play Jackbox for. Not to say the game is bad, not at all. It knows what it wants to do, and it's very fun to watch, I assure you. But a lot of people, especially with anxiety issues, may not like the pressure this one entails. We decided because of those issues to put it at high B tier. Once again, I don't want to discredit the game. It's absolutely great, it's funny, it's awesome, but for what it is, and as a Jackbox game, I feel B tier is warranted in this case. But either way, Jackbox Party Pack 2 was an absolute blast. Absolutely blows Party Pack 1 out of the water. Every single game here is a banger, unlike the first Party Pack, which had a couple duds and lice water, which was really disappointing. I would honestly be surprised if another Jackbox pack manages to do better than this. I was absolutely blown away by how they got everything right with just the second pack. But let's see what they manage to do next year with Party Pack 3 and see if maybe they can get even better. Okay, so I guess it's tradition to start each party pack with a sequel, and much like Fibbage 2, it's basically more of the same from Quiplash 1, though I will say the color palette is a lot more obvious. If you ask someone whether you were playing Fibbage 1 or 2, it would be kind of hard for them to tell because they look basically alike. It does add one extra gameplay mode that does make it better than Quiplash 1, but let's roll footage of the basic game mode first.
Your fishing trip with your father was going great until he set down his rod, turned his head, and said blank.
I killed Mufasa. I'm not gay.
I'm not gay, Greg.
I was fully expecting get in the water.
Damn it, I should have put that.
Elections would be a whole lot better if instead of debates, we made the candidates blank.
Rap battle.
Rap battle.
YouTube apology.
YouTube apology videos.
Oh, both of these are good.
I mean, to be fair, one of them's technically already like a reality.
How Lady Gaga sleeps every night.
Oh, story of Undertale.
After high school, kids get the book, Oh, the Places You'll Go. After college, they should get, Oh, the Places You'll blank.
To pay off your loans. Go to hell.
Go to hell.
The worst thing to have written on the butt area of your shorts.
Property of your mom.
Okay.
Slightly.
Not so bad.
Oh,
that was a safety. That was a safety answer.
That's such a good answer.
You know your house is too big when you have a room specifically for blank.
A room just for sitting, and that's it.
It's my thinking room.
My thinking.
Weirdly enough though, we played 2 rounds of Quiplash 2, and I feel like we got great questions for the first round, but the second was kinda mid, even worse than Quiplash 1's questions. But that's okay, because Quiplash 2 adds the ability to add your own questions. And depending on your friend group, this is either the greatest feature or the worst feature. How was it for us? Honestly, the questions weren't the problem. It was the answers.
The new group, Hyperfixation.
Trains for autistic
Cannibalism.
I hope not.
Who here is the most likely to be the first death in a horror movie?
BTTS bot or Jacob.
Does the text-to-speech bot count?
It is a member of a fucked up little family.
What's something that would get Cole demonetized?
I already did that.
Right now.
Did y'all not see the Spider-Man 2 Enter Electro part of the video?
Yeah, he's already covered 9/11.
Oh! Cover it again.
This just in. The new JustCole video is all about blank.
The alligator.
Which Sonic game will JustCole never review?
Wait.
What the hell? Hold on.
Wait.
The Cole video that Ray Sui refused to edit.
Okay, let's talk about it. Talk about it.
Oh shit, no, we can't take the same time.
I'd at least try to edit The Last of Us.
I cannot believe you.
What do you mean have to? What do you mean have to?
The next sign put on Jacob's dorm room door.
FC
player available.
Damn.
Well, I know the one I'd go for. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yep. I'm not even mad about that one.
Where is Sonic the Hedgehog's actual home?
Square. He doesn't have
Square. He doesn't have
Square.
Not even
Really?
P?
No, thank you.
No.
The next ice cream flavor is called blank.
This sucks! This actually sucks!
Wow, they have it.
Square.
Come up with a classic novel with this word in the title. Bump.
The bump. Bump and dump. Bump
Hey,
the
that
road,
drum
here I
sure
come.
looks like a bump.
Bump that. Oh, I almost said
Why
bump.
did I think of that?
Quiplash 2 is the same great game as before with the make it or break it feature, but at the end of the day, it's Quiplash 2. And it's just better Quiplash at the end of the day, which puts it above Quiplash 1 on our list, still in the S tier. Trivia Murder Party is excellent, for sure the best trivia game that we have played thus far. Trivia Murder Party is just that, a trivia game, but horror themed. Not the trivia is not really themed and still just general, but I mean the game itself is horror themed, as the game tortures you for getting questions wrong. It could be torturing with something as simple as putting you and the other losers in a room full of money, and if anyone has either taken the most money or the least amount of money, they get killed, so you just have to trust that your friends to not take any money like you agreed upon, or just straight up make you cut one of your fingers off, meaning you can't answer the multiple choice questions with that numbered answer anymore. What the heck, man? I just came for a fun game of trivia and now one of my fingers is cut off? What is this, Saw? But, I mean, at least the dolls are kind of cute.
Square. Oh my god, they ended up as the pillow.
It's perfect. They had it square. I also appreciate that if you play a second round of the game like we did, you're no longer your character, you're that character, Junior. Trivia Party is great. Not much to say. Goes in the A tier under Bidiots, but above the Fibbage duology. Espionage is pretty okay. It's pretty cool to learn how much of the world works in 2016, but Espionage gives you a statistics of a certain thing, like how much do people leave movie theaters when the movie is really bad, or how many people eat with a small spoon or a big spoon when eating cereal, and it's your job to guess the percentage of the population that does that, and then the other players have to guess if they think the player's guess was too low or too high. It's not bad. It's a good game to kind of relax after laughing hysterically at Quiplash or stressing out over Trivia Murder Party. Not incredible, but pretty good. We put Espionage at a low B, under Earwax, but above Drawful. So this one was a little unfortunate. Faking It is unfortunately very much tailored to playing the game in real life. If I were to describe it, it's basically like Real Life Among Us, where you have to figure out who's the faker and then push them in a hole never to return. But in order to do that, the game sends you a task on your device, and if it applies to you or someone else, you have to do that thing. The one player, the faker, doesn't have this prompt and has to just kind of play along. It seems like a fun game, but the game really relies on getting quick answers all at the same time, like raising your hand or pointing at somebody. Sure, you could probably play this game with a camera decently well, but not all of the group had cameras, nor did they want to be on camera. So unfortunately, we had to skip this one, which means we had to put it in non-applicable. This really sucked because I wanted to try to give this game some kind of ranking, as I didn't want this ranking to feel incomplete, but it was probably the right call to label it as such. If I had to give it some ranking just based on the game I've seen, it seems fun and I really like the style of replicating this kind of old cartoon style, but I would probably put it as a C, as the game seems fun but not good for online play, which a lot of people play Jackbox for, especially streamers. But for this official tier list, it stays in non-applicable. Looks like I'm the faker here. I'm the one who was faking it. Thankfully, TKO made up for it. It's a very long game, but it's worth the setup. Basically, the game has everyone in the party draw multiple drawings, then after that, you write a slogan of any kind, write funny sentences, movie quotes, what your nan said 70 years ago, anything. Just go, hurry up! Then finally, all of those drawings and slogans are randomized and sent to multiple players for them to create t-shirts designs out of. And best, Also, worst of all, you can actually buy these shirts from Jackbox themselves, and because of that, I said that whichever shirt won, whichever round we played, I would have to buy and wear for the rest of the video. I won't reveal which one I got until it's delivered, but it will for sure be shown off in this part of the video, so you can leave your guesses on which one.
Yes, someone use him!
The new skin. I'm in your
car. Hello?
Edward.
Like mommy said.
My mom is dead.
Well, never mind. I don't know if it matters, but
JustCole. Yes! Someone used him!
Come on, guys, for the content! First, we gotta vote for the content!
Yes!
Yes!
Oh, that's fair.
My ass is
what kind of weird looking? What is that? Is that me?
It's young Alina, right?
I know it's Rudy.
Hi, Chris.
Oh my god! Why?
I'm so fucking fast.
Like, what are your friends? TKO is great and probably the best drawing game that we have played thus far. Not only is the game and idea extremely great, and not only is the idea of being able to actually buy whatever shirt you want from the game is just utterly awesome and makes this very unique, it's also the best drawing game in terms of actual features, as unlike Bidiots and Drawful, there's multiple brush sizes, multiple colors, and yes, even an eraser and undo button. Bidiots, I think, is still a better game than TKO, so we decided to put TKO under Trivia Murder Party and above the Fibbage games. Jackbox Party Pack 3 was really good, but not as good as Party Pack 2. Party Pack 2 was just non-stop bangers game after game, and that's just something I just don't think Party Pack 3 could hold up to. Regardless, still miles ahead of Party Pack 1. So let's see if maybe Party Pack 4 can one-up Party Pack 3. Or maybe it can do the impossible and strike the crown down from Jackbox Party Pack 2. So, rate the drip. Fibbage 3 is pretty much just Quiplash 2, where it's basically the same game as Fibbage 1, but includes a special extra mode. But where Quiplash 2 had basic Quiplash, Fibbage 3 cuts out the defibrillator from Fibbage 2, which is quite puzzling to me. I have no idea why they cut that out because it was a decent feature that added a bit more strategy to the gameplay. Yes, I know I'm saying this about a Jackbox game, but no, seriously, it just feels weird that they cut that feature. Thankfully, it does make up for it with Fibbage Enough About You, which is like Quiplash 2, it lets you answer a question about yourself, and then the other players have to figure out which one is probably the truth. It's pretty cool, but I think I would have preferred a mode where you could come up with a completely unique question, or at least let us pick from a list of questions and go from there. Cause most of the time, it asks pretty specific questions, ones that we didn't really have any answer for. Still, it can be pretty fun, but with the cut of the defibrillator, I think this puts it at the same tier as Fibbage 2, though higher, which means Fibbage 3 goes at the very top of A tier. Now, Survive the Internet is awesome. Players get sent a question or prompt on their device. They answer the question, and then another player takes that comment and puts it under something that ruins their credibility. It's simple, but it's incredible, and due to the nature of the objective of the game, it's extremely easy for the game to become completely unhinged.
I really don't like my prompt over here.
It's not that good.
Oh no, no, no!
Oh, that's bad.
There's like that are kind of eager to be invincible.
Whoa! Wow, that's so topical.
on to free roll.
Whoa.
Oh my god!
Autism.
Apple!
What expensive, but overall good stuff. We got our first Quiplashless S tier on this list, boys. This one is absolutely a banger. Now, Monster Seeking Monster, on the other hand, is a bit of an odd duck on our list, because I feel like the game can be pretty funny. However, this group wasn't really comfortable with it. It's a little hard for this group in particular to play this game because, well, some of us are asexual, in a relationship already, and thus aren't really comfortable flirting with people that aren't their partner, and plus, we're all just really awkward by nature. Our riz is on the negative, especially me. Do you see this lack of shaving? We tried to make the game as fun as possible, and we did have some fun, but it's not really for us. Plus, the game has mechanics that can be kinda hard to keep up with because each of the players are secretly monsters, and each of them have one or two quirks about them, which can get so complicated, it's like an RPG. It's not a bad game, just not really for this friend group. We took note of that and put it in C for its potential for anyone else besides us, but we felt C was pretty good for the game in general. But hey, if your friend group is constantly flirting with the homies, then absolutely give this one a try. It can be a lot of fun. Now, a game that went really well with the friend group was bracketeering. It's kind of another chill one like espionage before it, but it's more involved. And it's got gambling, so already we're around S tier for gambling mechanics. But you can probably guess what the game is. The game asks you a question, you answer that question, and then it's put on a bracket where it rises the ranks. But the modes in this game get pretty ridiculous with blind bracket and triple blind bracket, where it keeps changing the rules, making for a very funny game. But even though the game has a gambling mechanic, unfortunately, it's just in the B tier above Guespionage. It's only that high because now we know Labubu would be a great name for a strip club. Now, we had issues with Civic Doodle. This game is pretty fun though, as you're drawing art to put around the city, and I really like the mechanic of drawing over someone else's drawing to make it the best or curse thing possible. The only problem with it is that we had a huge performance problem with this game. Not only was the game insanely laggy and choppy on the game, but drawings would just regress completely and remove a lot of details. I think they got way too ambitious with this one, because I think they wanted to try to have the server stream the drawings to the game in as close to real time as possible, but I think this causes problems with the game's stability. It's a shame because I think Civic Doodle can be really fun, but the performance problems we had for both of our sessions really hurt the gameplay of it. Still, despite that, the people that do know this game very well said that they never seen these issues, so we did flack the game some for its performance problems, but we gave it a slight pass. If the game did commonly have performance problems, then we would probably put the game at like a C or a D tier, but we gave it some pity and put the game in low B just over Drawful. It sucks, cause up until then, we were singing Party Pack 4's praises, and we thought it was better than Party Pack 2. And I mean, I guess if Civic Doodle did run fine, it probably is. But in terms of our gameplay, Party Pack 2 still has yet to be beaten, but this one was really close. I'd still say it's better than Party Pack 3 though. Let's hope we don't have any more problems, and hope Jackbox Party Pack 5 can be the banger Party Pack 4 was meant to be. Hopefully I'll stand up in the next shot, but just enjoy the shirt, because I realized that when I'm sitting down, or even just standing up close, all you can see is Chris's hair. So enjoy the shirt. I'll try to remember to stand up, but just in case I don't. first sequel to You Don't Know Jack. Yeah, I feel bad because it's literally called Jackbox, but I just do not vibe well with the Jack games. Like, I love the idea of the game. The problem is I'm just too stupid to play. But really, to be honest, I just don't think Full Stream is better than the first. Really, it feels about the same, but with like a couple of things that don't really matter that much, or I just flat out prefer in the original. I like that the game is presented more like a Netflix or Hulu kind of thing, though these episodes are trash. They're like 2 minutes each. What the hell? I think the screw mechanic is just straight up worse. I like the idea as it messes with the answers, making it harder for you to answer by flipping your answer upside down or swapping the answers, but I mean, in most of these cases, you could just kind of look at the main screen to solve like 90% of them. Plus, something I liked about the first screw mechanic was the ability to screw yourself if it didn't work out how you wanted. Here, there's no way to screw yourself over on accident. I gotta be honest, we already don't like You Don't Know Jack very much, but we didn't appreciate this at all. In broad terms, it's basically the same game, but with the screw mechanic being worse, we decided to put a step below the first in our tier list, still in C tier. Split the Room, on the contrary, was great. This one tasks the player with coming up with hypotheticals, and if you can split the answers, I just cracked the code. If you can split the room with your hypothetical, plus make the room debate, taking more time on the clock, you get bonus points. I do kind of wish there was a mode where you could just come up with your own full hypotheticals, but other than that, this game is basically perfect. I loved it. Plus, I really like the style that this game gives off. It gives off a very Twilight Zone kind of vibe.
This player.
Do you do it?
Markiplier.
Let's actually say it's Markiplier. No. Let's actually say Markiplier. That's funnier. That's funny. Let's say Markiplier. He's great. I will do it. I love Markiplier.
I mean, fuck it. At this point, I'll do anything for $5,000.
I'm not kidding. The $5,000 is $5,000. Except that I am gay.
I can't believe it.
The Unicode Consortium wants to make your face into an emoji. You will often be recognized and you can earn a living on brand deals. However, your emoji will be used to mean this. Do you sign the contract?
Absolutely. Yes. Not even a question. Absolutely.
That's not even a question, yeah.
1000%. Everybody click yes. Hurry up. So no time bonus. Hurry up. Yeah. Oh, what? You chickens! You chickens! Split the Room was really fun. Some of the room was split, putting the game in S tier, but majorly decided in A tier under TKO. A bit underrated in my book, but still, really fun game. Adverse City is a freaking classic. Dish out your inner epic rap battles of history because it's time to pull out the most dopest lines that you can think of, because you gotta come up with the best raps, and winner getting the most money. It starts out like a Mad Lib, where it asks you for a very specific thing like a noun or an adjective for the verse, and create a second line based off of it.
Stop giving these singular noun sporting equipment! I'm gonna blow up!
I do kind of wish, as a final round, there could be a freestyle segment. You know, you have to play the game's rules for the first bit, then for the final round, it could end with a climactic freestyle round where you can write whatever you want. But regardless, Madverse City is an absolute blast. By the way, shout out to Tessa for creating such fresh lines in the second round. She got $1 million, which none of us had never seen in that game before. It was crazy. Nobody was really comfortable doing this, but if you do play the game, I recommend actually rapping the lines yourself. Even if it's cringe, that'll make it funnier. But for us, we just let the text-to-speech bot do it.
Winning yet?
Am I winning yet?
Okay.
No, I concede. I concede.
Have you ever heard you look like a Barbie? But your rhymes are trash like Playboy Cardi.
Okay.
Looks like you made it back from the floor. Just be warned, the gators are hungry.
Okay. The gators are hungry.
I'm surprised this didn't go in S tier, but there were a couple people who didn't really pass the vibe check. You know, we can't all be Porky Pig. But this does go at the very tippity top of A tier.
Yeah, we were dreading this one. I hadn't played this one, but Darian was saying horror stories about this, and not even our players look like they wanted to be a part of this one. Look at them, they're horrified. And honestly, it's for good reason, because Zeepeldome is not good. But what sucks is like, the game isn't bad, but just straight up does not work in the context of a Jackbox game. This game does feel a bit too much like a game, and while I can kind of respect that they wanted to try and make something more ambitious, I just think they flew way too close to the sun. I think the game could work really well as a mobile title, but as a Jackbox game, using your phone as a controller introduces input delay, especially when you're playing this game online like we are. And even then, Darian has had accounts of playing this game in real life at a party and having input delay issues with the same network. But even if the game somehow had no delay, the game just feels like something you need a controller or a touchscreen with. Controlling this like a Wii U game where the action is on the TV and the controls are on a touchscreen on your device is just clanky, and because of the lack of tactile function, you're gonna have to dart your eyes from your phone to the TV constantly. This doesn't help when the game asks you to do very specific things like only attack enemies with certain colors, which can change while you're in the middle of dealing with the input lag or looking down at your controller. It's just a lot. Plus, the game is way too loud. I know it's trying to get the excitement going, but sometimes it is just way too much. Now, even though I like the concept of the game and I think it could work really well as a mobile game, to be completely honest, I'm thirsty for an F tier on this tier list, and I have no idea what else an F tier Jackbox game could be in this lineup other than a game that simply just does not work as a Jackbox game. So Zeepeldome gets the F tier. That could be harsh, but like I said, I don't know what could be worse. I will be genuinely shocked if we find a game worse than this. Patently Stupid is yet another classic. Oh, and you can also buy a mug, so look forward to that. Patently Stupid, I feel, is another game that a lot of people probably know Jackbox for. You and your room of misfits come up with a problem, and then you can choose one of those problems to fix and then come up with a solution for it. This is a game so good that we wound up playing this game 3 times, mainly because I forgot to tell the artist to get their drawing tablets out. Whoops! But it was worth it, because this game was loads of fun. I definitely recommend presenting your own inventions, as it's way more fun to do that than letting the bot do it. In fact, it's even better to just do it in silence. Look how much fun we had doing it.
So you have the issue of people calling you a slur. You know, that's pretty rude. So we need to have a solution to deal with that, like anyone that does that. So my invention is this like little handy thing that we call
Kick him in the balls! Kick him in the balls!
Or otherwise, or ovaries. We don't discriminate here, unlike the person calling you a slur.
I hate getting older because of the allegations. There is only one solution that I can come up with for this problem. There's one. There's only one. You run. You simply run.
Oh.
What a powerful
You simply run. Because they can't accuse you if you're already gone.
We have a big problem here. America needs fixing, and only I'm the only person here who has the power to do such a thing.
Oh my fucking god. They gave Jacob this question?
How can I change America and make everyone happy? How can I keep the politics out of it and not drive half the country apart? So I propose a solution. We should take America and push it somewhere else.
This problem called Unremarkable Pussies. Well, I have a thing for that, and that is called a pussy nut.
Why do those look like? I'm sorry. Why do those look like eyes? I see eyes. Okay.
I saw the eyes.
Oh yeah, I'm tired of my spouse taking my baked goods. I'm tired of it. I've asked her repeatedly
You have a
to
spouse?
stop. Shh. This is open-ended. This is for anybody. But you know, I've asked her multiple times, but she just won't stop. So, the hand remover.
Whoa.
So she'll never do it again. I will say there is a side effect. Virginity, because if you haven't had it yet, she ain't gonna do it now.
Kristen's up first.
I think Kristen got up.
Kristen, you here?
I think she forgot.
Kristen.
Ever since you left, I'm always doing this by myself.
Well, I've got you covered.
No, she's there.
I like to call it.
Let's see that drawing.
Let me show you.
Invention number 5.
Practically making love to my eyes.
And that's how it's done, everybody.
It kind of looks like that guy from Gumball.
Yet another S tier, just below Survive the Internet. Jackbox Party Pack 5 had really high highs, but very low lows, given that we have our first F tier of this ranking. However, Patently Stupid, Mad vs. City, and Split the Room alone I'd say could be better than some of the other party packs. I might be comfortable saying that the Party Pack 5 might be just shy of Party Pack 2, but I'm not really sure. Pack 5 is just really solid with those games alone though, stone cold classics. And if you're into You Don't Know Jack, I'm pretty sure full stream should at least do the job for you. But let's see how Party Pack 6 fares. Let's see if it can maybe do just a little bit better. Trivia Murder Party 2 is pretty much Trivia Murder Party again. There's a couple of improvements here and there, like how there's technically an ending to the game now where the haunted house you're in explodes, except when you play the game multiple times, something different happens. It honestly was kind of a cool gimmick, and because of that, plus the game being pretty short, we even played the game a third time to see what would happen to it next. There are different killing floor minigames which were nice, including literally playing a Quiplash once. That was a nice surprise.
Wait, what?
You know what? I just want to play Quiplash.
Why are we playing Quiplash? We got it right. Why are we...
Enter the best.
This is just proof that Quiplash is an S-tier game.
People who have had near-death experiences report seeing
Even got the
blank
guy.
at the end of a tunnel. Oh,
Oh, God.
Just don't look at it. All right, everyone else, vote for the answer you like.
But yep, other than that, it's just Trivia Murder Party again, but just slightly better. But like, not even in a Quiplash 2 kind of way. It's basically just the same thing. So for that, we put Trivia Murder Party 2 just a couple spots above the original. Role Models is a fun one. It's a game that sets you and your friends up with your roles from anything from pop culture to types of loneliness. The fuck does that mean? I don't know, because we picked Sesame Street characters. This can lead to really funny conversations and anecdotes. That's right, I'm pulling out the big words out today. Not much to say though. Have it some footage, I guess.
Fits our neglected
I know what I have to pick.
I know what I want to pick.
You should feel good about this.
That's an anime
Okay, never mind.
protagonist.
That works. Maker.
Melodramatic Forex Square! Square!
Emo. Hey!
Very pseudo killed. Wait! Whoa! Hold on! I'm not a killjoy. Really quiet, not so loud.
And our winning lab rat with the most total science pellets is...
Wait, Kristen left it. Alright. Scared.
Victim.
Goes between Bidiots and Trivia Murder Party in A tier. Joke Boat is my personal favorite from this party pack, where you're just going around and telling jokes on a boat. And it shows us what really happened on the Titanic. I always knew that iceberg was too duck-shaped in the footage, It's kind of like Mad vs. City, but with addition to giving you the first line, players are tasked with putting a whole bunch of words. Then the Joker has to make a punchline. This game is kind of low in the tier list because it just has to do with the crowd you're playing with, as it will either make or break this game a lot, as when you don't have any inspiration, it just comes up to telling dad jokes. But when you get a really good joke, it lands good.
Alright guys, watch this. I like my friends like I like my subscriptions. When they don't waste my money.
What kind of friends do you got that you have to worry about that?
Call me depression!
I'm so dumb. I thought beans were the thing you eat with macaroni. What the?
What happened to you at the end?
I'm a little millennial.
He has another one coming up.
Middle school for me was like the Kool-Aid man. Lots of red from the bullying.
But oh, hi, Brittany. Oh. Hi, Brittany.
Which version do you like best? That was funnier than Cole's joke. How many FIAs does it take to change a light bulb? 3. 1 to screw it in, and 2 to actually feel FIA.
What? Okay, so
Wait,
do y'all put
that
the
was a
3
typo. Fell FIA.
Okay, so y'all do put the 3.
Actually fell FIA.
This game ranks in the B tier on our list, though if you have a really good friend group, it could possibly be higher, so give it a shot and just see what happens. Gotta be honest, Dictionarium is boring. To be honest, I honestly wanted to label this game as a flat-out D. Mainly because I have a bloodlust, I suppose, but my friends seem to be feeling rather charitable that day. Dictionarium is just so boring and goes by way too fast. The gimmick is the game gives you a fake word and you have to come up with a meaning for that fake word. I like the idea on paper, but I think it giving you a word is what absolutely kills it, because I'm sorry, non-user generated words are boring. I think it would have been way more fun if it was just a little bit longer and players could come up with their own words, but it doesn't do that. There's an extra mode where instead of a word, it's a slang, which was slightly better, but still was just boring. We agreed on C tier, but honestly, this is one game I considerably disagreed with. And also, what the fuck is that? Push the Button has the unfortunate dilemma of being released before Among Us, but really after Among Us, because Push the Button is kinda just Among Us, just without the game element. Among Us, I feel, works because it has both a game element of doing your tasks, plus the social deductible aspect of trying to figure out who the killer is. However, Push the Button has only the social deductible aspect, and that's fine, but it only gives you 15 minutes to figure out the 2 aliens on your ship. It can sometimes take double that just to get 1 in Among Us. And it's even harder here, especially because there's a hacker aspect to it as well, where the aliens can hack someone to make them look like the alien. Fun idea, but not in a game where you have so little time to figure out who's lying and who's not. Plus, one of our friends, who was the only one playing on mobile, kept having issues where we were trying to send the aliens off, but it wouldn't let him vote, and it had to be unanimous. I don't know. Push the Button isn't bad, it can be pretty fun, but to be honest, I'd rather just play Among Us. And that would be fine if this game did come out before Among Us, but it didn't. I'm not saying it's a ripoff, but I don't know. We put Push the Button in C tier. Credit to them for the idea, but with a couple of major flaws and with the unfortunate timing of coming out after Among Us, which is arguably better and more approachable. Jackbox Party Pack 6 was kind of a mixed bag, I won't lie. Nothing straight up bad or anything, but even the highs aren't as good as the others. Even something like Role Models, which did rank high, while fun, isn't really a game, just kind of a fun social experiment, and not anywhere near the leagues of Quiplash or Fibbage 3. I gotta be honest, this might be my least favorite party pack so far, since like,
the first one? Trivia Murder Party 2 and Joke Book can carry this pack for me personally. Role models can be fun, but not really that impactful. Press the button, I'd rather just play Among Us, and Dictionarium was bad. Hopefully Jackbox Party Pack 7 picks things up. I think I do remember some good memories, but we'll have to see. I've never done this before, but I'm actually recording both these party packs in the same session. You know, I'm recording both 6 and 7 at the same... It's Quiplash again! It's got a claymation style that I really like, but nah, it's just Quiplash. It's S tier because it's Quiplash. Roll the tape.
A thought you've had in the last 24 hours, but didn't share with anyone.
They're cute as fuck. Okay, you've shared that multiple times, Darian. You've shared that multiple. And who's they?
Wait, which one is Darian's?
I know, I love my wife for sure. I love that. Wait, what? No. What? What?
The best way to keep someone from sitting next to you on a bus.
Eat the other half of the
Time to pick the one you like best.
I mean, yeah.
That's practical.
Yeah, very practical.
You know what? That's fair.
The worst way to start an apology.
I made a sincere last adjustment. I may have made a sincere last.
The newest character in hit Toby Fox game, Deltarune.
Washing machine that tells dry jokes.
Suck one actually feels like something
that sounds completely realistic.
An alternative name for beating your meat.
This is the one I hated.
I hate both. I actually hate both of these.
I can't show this one very much because the footage is going to be pretty boring, but Devils in the Details is a group of demons cleaning their houses and doing chores, and you have to work as a group to get everything done. However, since you're demons, you get extra points by doing selfish tasks that don't help anybody. This one I think can be really fun. The only thing that it's just not very accessible over Discord, as there are multiple tasks that multiple people have to do at multiple same times, which means a lot of people talking over each other, which in a Discord call doesn't work. This was almost a faking it situation, but we managed to lock in and actually won.
Can't a mother just have a nice cup of tea every once in a while?
No! Correct me if I'm wrong, anyone, but I'm fairly convinced Jacob was the only one doing selfish tasks.
I wanted to get the most points.
Well, I wanted a clean house, Jacob, but we don't get what we got, what do we? The Devils in the Details was pretty good. Would be better in real life, but we just put it below Bomb Core in B tier, as it's kind of the similar type of game, though Bomb Core is a lot more accessible on a Discord call.
My computer, sorry.
Smash.
Why do you keep looking at her?
What?
Nothing. Champed Up is another classic Jackbox game. You're given a prompt to draw something that would be the best at that prompt, and then someone draws something to go against your fighter you drew not knowing the prompt. It's really fun and I love the style, other than some unfortunate lack of drawing options, but this is probably the best drawing game that we have played thus far.
This week for this game standards.
I am. Okay.
Well, wait.
Nah.
No way.
Oh, no, that was like one of my own.
Wavy's under half. What's a what?
Let's duke it out. What's better?
Holy shit.
I'm out of time.
Man, if
but I'm out of my head when you're down around. Forgot, because you can see the other.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my God, this guy.
Why am I getting chased by a farmer with a shotgun? What did I do?
Get fired for bringing
Who is the green in the middle?
Oh my god, it's so good!
You will decide.
Oh my god.
That's Sully.
Champion of prop comedy.
Wait. He's actually really funny though.
That's not Sully.
He looks like a prop. He looks like a prop.
Champed Up was an S tier, absolutely, just below the Quiplash games. But while this was maybe the highest rated on this list, this wasn't my favorite. What was this next one. Talking Points is incredible. It's a lot like Patently Stupid, where you give a presentation but with a lot more improvements, as there are not only multiple slides, where with Patently Stupid there was only a title, a subline, and the artwork. Talking Points has multiple slides, and the presenter has to improv off their assistant who selects the slides. It is absolutely genius. And while the game is made up of stock images, there are a couple images that you would absolutely never expect.
Hello, my friends. My name is Ben, otherwise known as Deltarune in this very talk show. And today, my talk, gather my children. Why I am starting a new religion based on Labubu. See, Labubu are like a love language. One that has come into the modern era with so much gusto, so much je ne sais quoi, you know? Like, there's so many people in this generation who are obsessed with these little things. This is better than my last religion based on this. This is a little terrarium with little tiny insects, bugs, entire microscopic lives within a single fucking little ball. We can't have love and in a tiny confined space like this. With Labubu, we can go anywhere. We can give them to any. If you join me, I can promise you this. I will do a backflip right now. I will get up on this table and take off my stinky shoes and do backflips for Labubu. Thank you.
Hello, my name is JustCole. And
yeah, I heard enough. I'm leaving.
Shut up. As the new CEO of this company, I won't repeat my predecessor's mistake of dying. I will not, okay? I will not do that. You know why? Because I'm awesome and I do not die. Literally me. I'm bringing a new vision to this company. One that does not include lawsuits. I don't get sued, okay? I do everything by the books. You could call me a stickler for the rules, okay? I don't die.
But that's the last will and testament.
Oh.
Yeah.
I won't sign that either. Despite the difficulties of the past, let's start fresh and clean up the damage from shoving my head in a copier. Not me. Thank you.
My name is Rudy, but I have a bunch of other names too that I go by. But today I'm going by Nacho Fries. And just for the day. Now is the time to panic about the JustCole file.
Why are you laughing? You should know what you present.
So, there's a lot to process.
Oh my god!
Somebody just fucking praise themselves, dude!
So, usually, I like to listen to things when I'm driving. Sometimes I'll listen to music, and sometimes I'll listen to, like, videos. But I wanted to put on a JustCole video. But it was so fucking mid that as I was trying to turn it off, I lost control of my vehicle and I crashed into this fucking pole. And it's gonna be a lot of money to fix, so I'm gonna have to press some charges against him. But as I was looking through the JustCole files, not only was I just upset, but there were also some things that kind of amazed me. That chickens watch his videos? I couldn't believe it. But I find it impressive that content he's trying to make for humans is working better for chickens. I don't know why it's working like that. But it turns out this is how this man is making his money and is keeping the lights on, because chickens need to stop watching his videos. Knowing that, what I want you to picture when we're talking about the JustCole files is fish are watching it too and they're jumping into other fish bowls.
Leaving their friends so they can watch.
It's a bad idea to drink water during this. Holy shit.
But you also got goldfish jumping into other homes because either that fish doesn't want to watch your content and is going home, or something else. It's just learning some weird magic, weird tricks. Sorry, what was I going on about? Yeah, that was my presentation.
Hello. This is Izuku Midoriya, otherwise known as Deku. My story. My mother is a scented candle and my father is Bing Bong? Oh no!
That's where Deku's dad went?
I'm really struggling right now. My mother, she was crying really bad.
He's just finding out about this right now.
All of a sudden, I came home from training with All Might and she was a scented candle. I didn't know what to do about it.
What'd she smell like?
She smelled like lavender. She made me very sleepy like a mother should. You know, it's a good trait. It's a good quirk. Help! Let me tell you a story that is loosely related to this subject.
What is that?
Is that your dad?
Is that Bing Bong?
This is how my father transformed into Bing Bong. He had a shrinking quirk. He was in a man's mouth trying to remove a cavity.
Oh my!
Unfortunately, the man bit down and tore him all up. Oh, they did the
And
best
ate him.
they could for him, but unfortunately, my father was never the same. Bye bye, Daddy. Am I a hero? Yeah, and I'll show you why.
Oh.
This is what I did every morning. I threw down my milk and cereal because, damn it, I gotta do other things with my life. There are more important things right now. Like taking care of Araka. I got a job to do. What? I can't keep doing this. I really need to get my next appointment. I'm sorry. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
I like to think that's what Loon sounded like during puberty.
Let's take a look at the chart.
Help!
I honestly feel Talking Points was a bit underrated on our list. I honestly wanted to put it in the league of the Quiplashes, but we wound up putting it just above Patently Stupid. But man, this was a blast. If you and your friends need some improv exercises, play this game. It is perfect. And Blather Around was a nice way to cap off this collection. It's sort of like Pictionary, but with words, where you're trying to describe a certain thing and trying to give descriptions for the player to accurately guess, and you can even use other players' guesses to steer them in the right direction. It's pretty good. Can get pretty hectic and chaotic, but in a really fun way, especially when you're just trying and waiting for someone to say the correct thing that you know will help them get it. This was the lowest game on our list as a B tier under bracketeering. But don't mistake that for the fact that Jackbox Party Pack 7 I think finally has taken the crown from Party Pack 2. Every game in here was a flat out certified banger. Not only obviously bringing yet another version of Quiplash, but bringing over 2 brand new Jackbox games I could consider to be my absolute favorites. Jackbox Party Pack 7 I feel gives you the absolute best bang for your buck, especially if you are in real life and can play devil in the details properly. But all of the other games are great even despite that. Especially because I feel Blather Around is probably the most general approachable game regardless. So yeah, Party Pack 7 takes the crown for me. I honestly don't know if it could get better than this. There was no Quiplash 4, so it's probably gonna go all downhill from here. But we'll see with Jackbox Party Pack 8. Man, playing all these games really makes you thirsty. Give me a sec.
There's nothing in here. Wow, a Drawful sequel. That's really odd, seeing how it's a really old game by this point, it being a game from Jackbox 2. But unfortunately, it has pretty much the same issues as Drawful. No eraser and undo button. Very lame with a dang animation game for sure. I just don't really understand, because I sort of get having a you have to do it in one go for comedic effect or whatever, but simply just an undo button would be really great. But it does take from Quiplash 3 and puts in other modes alongside the main mode, like friend mode, which has you animate around your friends, and a custom mode where you can create your own prompts. Other than that, it's just Drawful again, flaws and all. For the extra mode, it goes slightly above the original, but not by much. Wheel of Enormous Proportions is a trivia game, but with gambling. I'm feeling an S tier. One thing that's stopping it though, I don't like this guy. I kind of like this one. I like the Jackbox trivia games where it's not fully a trivia game, but once again, I'm dumb. But hey, you do learn some things sometimes. Like, this is how we found out Tessa was secretly a Kanye fan.
Damn it, Tessa! How the fuck did I get 11 at the- How the fuck?
Wow. Are you secretly a Kanye
Never
fan?
listened to a
I hope
Kanye
not.
West album!
This one is a very respectful B tier, under bracketeering. It's a C tier trivia game, but with gambling mechanics. You can literally win the game, but have to spin the win wheel, and even then, if there's multiple players above 20,000 points, you can even let the other players win. It's great. Other than Quiplash, this was another Jackbox game we were looking forward to. This one's another classic. It's a little bit like Save the Internet, but you're applying for a job and have to answer a few questions, but then all of the answers get jumbled up and you have to use the words from those answers to give another answer from another set of questions. With limitations like this, it can lead to amazing stuff.
You have been watching Flora attempt to charge her phone with the wrong cable for an hour. How do you finally intervene?
I built the helicopter.
You send your manager a saucy text meant for someone else. How do you address the error?
Die.
Whoa.
I vote for
Whoa.
Find the Ice Age.
My seat girlfriend. I find Legos.
How do you feel about
Alright, here
working
we go.
overtime on weekends?
Who's
Who's your favorite now?
Sometimes you gotta die.
That's me. The second one's me.
Other than that, I feel this is my favorite Jackbox style-wise. The main character, M Bubbles, are really funny, if a little disturbing, but it's literally a character made from a water fountain. That's awesome. For the presentation and the good game in general, this game went in low S tier. The pull mine sees all the players take a pick from a prompt and make a pull for it. Then you must go into the mines and have to guess a certain answer depending on the objective. It's alright, nothing absolutely amazing, but a decent filler title. It can be pretty stressful, especially towards the end where you have to pick every answer from least to most. Great concept, love the style, but ultimately, highest C tier game for us. Weapons Drawn was very complicated. It was a little better than we were kind of dreading, but even then the game was way too long and has 2 gameplay loops when really it could have just used one. The one gameplay loop of hiding a letter in a drawing, which is honestly a neat concept, but I feel like it's a little too easy, especially depending on the letter you got. I can't draw for anything, and yet I was able to hide my letters way too well to where I just flat out won. The second gameplay loop of having your accomplice and trying to hide them, I feel is just pointless. I don't know, I mean, it's funny you can put Jeffrey Epstein in it, that's funny. But yeah, I don't know. Weapons Drawn was a D tier. It's not bad, just boring. And the gameplay loop is kind of flimsy with how it's implemented. It's not maddeningly boring like Dictionarium, but just flat out That's kind of how I feel about Jackbox Party 8 in general. It's not a bad party pack, but most of the games in here are just whatever. Job was the standout title here for sure, but the rest range from okay to just flat out boring. It's a very sudden drop off compared to Party Pack 7, ain't gonna lie. But I'd say it's probably the most middle of the road, maybe bordering on bad party pack of the bunch. Hopefully Party Pack 9 picks it up. Yep, it's Fibbage. Kind of the most boring because, yeah, it's the best Fibbage. It has the best style, it has the Fibbage enough about you mode, it has a couple of extra styles of questions like a video clip. It's freaking Fibbage. What do you want from me? It is the best Fibbage though. This is the Fibbage you play, so it goes in low S tier because this is the best Fibbage you can play. And I'm saying Fibbage too much. I think I'm gonna turn into a fib about Junior's dad's plate.
I will always be your little fib.
Ew. Oh, also, I wanted to give a quick shout out to this Sonic Fibbage mod by Obby Lobby. This didn't affect the ranking, but, you know, just wanted to shout out it. We did play it afterwards, after the whole ranking, and it was pretty fun, so go check that out. Okay, next. We had a lot of fun with Roomerang, and I feel like this is the game for friend groups. Your friend group is trying to move into a house, and you have to answer questions to see whether they like your answer or not. And if you get voted off, you get replaced with someone else. No! I love these games, that's not fair! I just escaped, now you're making me go back?
Oh, we will miss Cole so dearly.
This is unexpected.
Hello, I am Mrs. Piggy.
Hello.
Definitely not Cole. I'm John. I have never slept.
You've got a new name.
Never.
Well, now I know who
Y'all, we gotta get him out again. We gotta get him out again.
I have to come up with another. I mean, I have to. No. I need to go grocery shopping.
Exactly.
No. JustCole. I hate travel stories. Please,
guys,
it's
JustCole.
Shut the fuck up. That's a woman.
There's something cool about another player that you'd love to copy. What is it?
The ability to turn everything into
You and another player decide to do something wild for the house. What are you doing?
Release 10 life outlines.
Reaction. A computer room with nothing but Undertale/mods.
Oh!
A computer room would be nice in the house, I gotta tell you.
Real monkey's paw right there. You get a whole room with nothing but the most high-end, top-of-the-line computers, but you can only play Undertale on it and nothing else.
God.
Roomerang goes in low S tier. Junktopia is another presentation game, which are my favorite Jackbox games. In this game, a wizard has turned you all into frogs, and will only turn you back if you can successfully auction off old Earth items by telling completely true stories about the item. So, here I have the Time Machine. It is
fascinating.
There is yellow on the phone box, which means it has temporal properties. Psst, that means time travel if you couldn't catch that. With this device, you can actually call anyone from any time period, whether that's from the past or the future. It's because it was crafted by Father Time himself. Ooh. So, you can literally call it, you dial the number, and then at the very end, you put in the date that you wanna do, and then you set the clock to the time. You can call yourself, you can call anybody. You can't dial the same phone number, but that's the only rule. You can call literally anybody you want. Thank you.
We have a wonderful computer known as Jacob's pork.
Damn.
I will tell you, it is very fascinating, as it is smashed by Jacob's raw anger. You know how they get sometimes. And apparently,
This
it
is
is
why,
enough
this
to
is why I
hate.
go off and get angry on calls. This is where I channel it all to before, whenever I'm not around.
Do you know which game they were
Damn,
playing?
this is a luxury item.
Do you know which game they were playing? What happened?
This time they were playing Mario 64
Got it.
Oh,
and
damn.
Sonic Adventure 2.
Cool. Okay.
And somehow, this is still used to make our ears bleed and play tons of Rock Band and Undertale.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, but the screen, it only looks like the screen is damaged. If you just plug it in an external display, bam, good as new.
Yeah, the keys could use some cleaning, maybe.
If you
but-
squint hard enough, you can still tell what's going on.
So I have quite the piece for you today.
Tip, imagine
I don't think you're ready.
Whoa.
Introducing
What the hell
to
is
you
that?
this marvelous piece called The Wrath of YouTube.
Oh.
Legend has it that paintings like these appear once in a blue moon, and they are created from the essence of successful YouTubers gone mad.
Oh.
Therefore, this painting is only one of many, though some are never found.
Oh.
Now, this one in particular, I have discovered that it depicts a local creation specialist, JustCole.
I knew it.
Moments after his channel hit 1 million subscribers.
Oh my.
You're funny, you think you hit 1 million.
As you can see, the more fame they develop,
He may develop.
as you can see, the more fame they develop, the more caustic it becomes.
What?
Oh God, no!
What is? You're gonna have to do some
Listen.
major convincing.
This may look like just any ordinary, like.
That is not ordinary.
old-fashioned-
Let me make that very clear. That is not ordinary. That's even worse.
Okay, well,
What?
That is
I
not
gotta be
ordinary.
so real. I just
mean?
see doll, and
Please
my
explain.
brain immediately goes Labubu.
What?
It is like, you know, it is the Labubu before Labubus. Also, like, Rudy's not here, so somebody has to make the Labubu jokes.
What
That's
that
my
doll
question.
doing, man?
I did
don't
not
like
think
the
there
way
could be a
she
worse
looks
one than
at me,
Jacob's.
dude.
How is that
She's
worse?
scary.
How is that worse?
I have a very, very, very fun little guy for you guys today.
Hi.
Look at my guy. He is so cutesy. He has no thoughts behind that head. I tell you, he's. This is the worm.
The worm.
The worm.
The
worm.
Why does he have welts?
They're
You didn't
Sorry.
notice?
No, I did. The whole bit that I was going to do about the worm was that he's a little stim toy. Like, he's made of clay, and he's still able to move, even after being cooked in the kiln. So those little bumps on him are just little stipples that you can run your fingers over.
Okay.
Even though there is literally not a single fucking thought behind his brain, it still loves you with its entire heart.
Aww. Adorable.
I love the whelm.
This is my second favorite presentation game after Talking Points. However, we settled on the highest A tier. Non-sensory is a bit of an odd duck game. The premise for this game has to do with creating something around a certain percentage, like coming up with a fake movie title that could have a 50% chance of being awarded Best Picture, and then the other players guess the actual percentage. I really like the premise of this, just throwing arbitrary values at this, but I feel there are two major problems. First of all, this feels to me like it's mainly a writing game when I felt the drawing segments were the strongest aspect. That way you can draw a certain percentage of what your prompt is. How are you supposed to make a movie title that has a 60% chance of winning Best Picture? I don't know how you draw that either, to be frank. That's another major problem. I feel like the prompts just aren't it. Like, sure, they can be weird, like one we got was a mouse or an airplane, and I really wanted to make a certain type of joke, but I got a 100% mouse value. That's boring. So I literally just drew a mouse. You can't debate. That's 100% a mouse. But the other prompt we got was between math or music? What are you supposed to do with that? I don't know. Non-sensory I feel like is a great idea on paper, but the way they go about it is just not very good. So we ranked it at C tier. I have similar but less complicated thoughts about Quicksort. The game gives you a prompt, and then it gives you an item to sort whether it's the oldest or newest. It's a pretty simple game. Simple enough where they just flat out don't give you a tutorial? No. There are way simpler Jackbox games in the past that give you tutorials, yet this is the one where they're like, yeah, no, they'll get it. And I mean, I guess we did, but it's still kind of odd. You don't have much time to get accustomed to it either because the pacing of the game is super quick, and I feel like that's a problem. You don't have much time to discuss with your team and come to an agreement. You kind of just have to very quickly talk over each other, and the person placing the item just has to place it. I think this speed would be absolutely fine for like a final round or just progressively getting to that point, you know, like Tetris, where the game gets faster the more you go through the game, but the fact it's just lightning fast through the whole thing is just an odd choice. I also just feel like there should have been more prompts. Having only one prompt and then just gambling on a mystery prompt feels a little too difficult. I wish it was 2 prompts, then if you don't like either, you can gamble on a mystery prompt. This one was a C tier. I think it's a little better, but I kind of get why some of the friend group didn't like it that much. Even though we have a couple of C tiers on our list, Jackbox Party Pack 9 was a much better follow-up to Party Pack 7, making it probably my second favorite we played so far. And with that, we have 2 more party packs to go. Could 10 or 11 somehow beat 7 or at least live up to the quality of 7 and 9? Well, let's find out. Didn't expect a sequel to TKO, but here we are. Well, okay, I did because I was told there was during the first one, but I didn't know how else to segue into this one because it's pretty much the same game as before, but with a couple of additions like changing the font of your caption for the shirt and even a long sleeve, hoodie, and tank top design options. Plus, this game is chock full of references to past Jackbox games, with all the characters being selected this time are the classic Jackbox characters we've come to love during this very video, like M Bubbles, Quiplash Dude, Mr. Jackbox himself, and that one dude from Champed Up getting eaten by a fish. I think this is really cool. As we're reaching the end of this retrospective, it was really nice getting some love for the past Jackbox titles. Other than that, it's just TKO 2. It doesn't add very much to change the game, but we thought it did add just enough to put it a little higher in A tier. Time Jinx is my favorite pure trivia game. I like the style of it. Your group is a set of time travelers that travel to certain moments in history and have to figure out which year in history you're in. And there's even a few other types of questions to spice it up, like having to blend in with whatever time period you're in by speaking their lingo. This one is really good. The best purely trivia game in a Jackbox game. Fibbage I'd say is a better game, however that one I feel is a bit more of a game rather than a trivia game, with trivia being the foundation rather than the actual game. This game is just pure trivia with a fun setup and presentation. This one is low S tiered. Fixty Text is incredible. It's a text message game where you're helping the host reply to text messages in the most unhinged way possible, so they will never reply again. You're spread into 2 groups and have to work together, or just not, and make the most unhinged word salad in general, both work. The only major problem was this one was a bit unfortunately jank, much like Civic Doodle, as it would just completely remove words that people wrote. It didn't do this too much to make this horrible, but we were initially gonna put this in S tier, but for the jank, we felt it best to rank it in A tier. But trust me, the rest of the time, this game is gold.
Great question. My butt kirks hurt. Anyway, you really should shut the fuck up, bro. You crazy. I would definitely eat pant and say, no, you smell like ass. You're a dirty bitch. You have no job, no life, and yo please kill yourself on God. Stop texting me, you stupid fucking Angry Birds gamer. I am Sage Fan Fajnib Fajasf guy, I'm calling my mom on you.
What?
No. Thanks. I don't even like Five Nights at Freddy. Movie 2 was pretty ass. I like FNF more of a lean to the river in Lego City build the rescue helicopter. What was I? Oh, but I'm seeing a cool deer out see like FNF. Alright, anybody taking my like dang wife is gonna have hell to pay. She's mine.
She's mine.
Gambling. In my Christian household? Bet I love gambling. What? Okay, who are you? What is this? Unsubscribe to T-Series Boo Boo? Ralzila Babu 2? Io, this is epic, I'm going to dab Boo Boo. Block and unmute. Cock and donkey con balls. Piss and shit. Unna hit the notification bell. Boing like Taco Bell Baha BL. Ast her ass into the massastastrophe.
That was pure brain rot.
Wow, as much as I love all of that.
Oh, get the shit out of my McFucking phone. Fuck McNugget. Jesus. I'm gonna go play Sonic and Shadow Making Generations Triple Trouble now. Go to fucking Taco Bell and order something that we am not watching Ninja Cole goddammit / motherfucker. More like Super Ninja Mole. I rather
McMuffins, get off the McPhone, get off the fucking phone. McMuffins. McFart off. Hit me baby one more time, timey oh baby a triple man you gotta get off right now. Fluffy fat lil, man baby bastard. Makoto you fat ass god I miss Garfield gets McCreel. I never should have replaced him with McMuffins. Sad what happened back in McNanum Prime. Tarai Bell. E.
McNanum Prime.
McNanum Prime.
Mikoto. What did I just say? Get off the phone or I'll make you into fucking muffins. God, it'd rather cola at this rate, and that's depressed. Get your fucking tappy pants you fat ass off. God, you're you a disappointment. Like that strange nitpicker character. Remember him? I really wish I didn't and went back to the McChicken years anyway. Phone.
Wait, what? Are you the Holy Christ? Who's in jail? Oh, I don't know. Dang dang. Is it real textbook? One shot fanboy. Did they get caught eating the moss from across the border again? Man,
that part.
When we told them enough was enough. These texts are getting out of hand. Delta ruined, if you will.
Why does it have an accent?
This game is a rhythm game, and it's S tier. Yes, they got a rhythm game to work in Jackbox, and damn does it work well. Plus, I like the pun. You get it? Dodo, because it's about blood. This game works because you're playing by yourself to start with. It then records all of your performances and then plays them back to you, so lag is not even remotely a problem. Plus, you don't have the pressure of having to see the performance in real time, hoping you don't get eaten. The sound selection is all just royalty-free stuff, however that does mean the funny song from Spider-Man Web of Shadows is here, but you even get some Jackbox tracks like Trivia Murder Party 2, and you have a wide selections of instruments at your disposal. And not just regular instruments, you even get the funny. And you're not limited to just one instrument. In fact, every player can select the same instrument. So you can scream out Trivia Murder Party 2 song to your heart's content.
Yeah, I've had enough now.
Do you guys see why I like this game?
Man, honestly, I know I keep saying this, but like, Party Pack 10 is like the perfect party pack. Every game in here we've played so far has been an absolute S-tier contender Jackbox game, and every single game in here has been an absolute banger. I'd say even better than 7's offerings.
If the last game in this pack is at least okay, this could be my favorite Jackbox Party Pack by a landslide. Sure would be a shame if that last game was probably the worst Jackbox game we played for this video. Surely no. You know what's so frustrating about Hypnotorious? I think this game is great on paper. Like, I absolutely love the concept. Someone takes your brain and hypnotizes it to a certain thing or character from pop culture, and you have to answer questions in character without giving it too away. And then you might hear that and be like, okay, so now you have to figure out who the player's character or thing is, right? Nope! Actually, the character or thing they are is part of a group, and you have to group them together into 3 separate jars. Okay, so you just have to figure out what they are. Sounds simple enough. Except no, because no joke, right before the final round, the host then reveals that there was an outlier here the whole time. So no, you're not separating players into 3 jars, you're separating people into 2 jars, but leaving one person out entirely. Why would you reveal that as some kind of twist when that's viable information to making the game fun? And then, to top it all off, I was trying to play this game as well as possible. I was coming up with all sorts of categories that could possibly be, like animals. No, that's it, but the categories were just simply L, M, and N. Huh? The thought of the categories just simply being letters didn't even cross my mind. In fact, the game literally gives you a hint in the second round that tells you what one of the categories are, and it just said N. And I thought that just meant it started with an N, because it just being letters just sounded way too broad. Maybe we're just stupid or too harsh, but from what I can tell from the light research I've done online, not many people seem to like this game. And the thing is, we were trying to figure this out because we had such a good time on the rest of the party pack. We were even initially going to shelve this one and just put it in non-applicable until we could just try it again with a fresh mind. But as we just kept talking about it, we just asked ourselves, do we hate this? Yeah. I think we hate this. So we wound up just putting it in F tier, just for the sole reason that despite us being able to play every single game on this list, heck, even the ones that we didn't even fully understand, but did make work to where we at least had a decent time, Hypnotorious is simply way too complicated, plain and simple, making this the absolute worst game that we have played so far in F tier, even under Zeepeldome. Once again, just under the stipulation that we at least understood Zeepeldome and even had some fun even if we were frustrated with its controls. Hypnotorious, on the other hand, is a game we could fully functionally play, but we were just not having a good time. This game actually absolutely broke something in us. Despite us having such a great time with this party pack, this game was so completely terrible that, like, it was the thing that kind of burned us out from playing these party packs back to back. To be fair, this isn't fully the game's fault. This was partly my fault for wanting to be on the grind and getting this video out in a reasonable time frame. In hindsight, maybe playing 2 games a week even with a decent break in December wasn't completely the right call, but I just found it so funny that I feel like this game of all things was the one that broke us. Despite such a great party pack, after we finished this game, all morale was lost. This game was the game that made us take a step back and realize we had to take a little bit more time before we sprung into the next party pack. Which, while I am very frustrated that Hypnotorious both ruined this party pack and ruined when I wanted to get this video out, was the kind of game we actually needed. So thank you, Hypnotorious. You're still a terrible game though. Well, we're off to a good start after our break. Doominate is kind of a Quiplash game where you take something good, but then ruin it with a butt. Even has a custom round where you can put your own thing for your friends to ruin. And, in a turn, you can even go back then add another butt to fix it back. I love this game. This one was pretty funny.
Sweet.
Also, that makes me feel slightly better.
About them sucking. Why are you complaining about it?
Going on
Right?
667. The date mysteriously changes to 2000.
Okay, okay.
Funny.
And next.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Chapter 5 release
Chapter
only for it
5.
to be a 40-hour video of Asco twerking. The next chapter isn't coming until the year 3000. I mean, I'd be fine with the first one. First one's
I'd be.
but it was before September, so they made it safe and sound. Year, like minus 1 year. I get it. No, I get it. Limited edition action figure.
Oh no.
The box is already open. That's not too bad. It was no, that's the one. No. That's no. I don't care if the box is already open. Oh, All Might,
Oh,
he
no.
isn't here.
Oh wait, he's
So it's gonna
actually
be
here.
just like, oh wait, there he is. He's here now. He was just late. Oh, never mind. There, exactly. I called it.
Top of A tier. Could have been an S tier, honestly, but either way, Doominate is great. Hearsay is a kind of a long-awaited sequel to Earwax, but I'd say a bit better, because you're making the sounds yourself. The game gives you a prompt and you simply make what the noise sounds like through your microphone. This would be an easy A tier at most. The only problem is I don't really like the intermission games. Most of the time they didn't even work, as the games would constantly pick up something on the mic and play the game with me doing nothing. I also feel weirdly this is the only Jackbox I actively would not want to play with people in the same room, because it kind of spoils the sound effects. When we play this game, we usually deafen in the Discord so that we hear the sound effect when it's time. Also, not to mention people trying to record their sound effect at the exact same time. Still, despite the intermission games, this one was still really funny.
Oh no.
I don't feel great. Can we? How long until we go back home?
Okay. Why does your thing fit?
Bleh.
Okay. Okay. What?
Oh, you were JustCole, right? I mean, I didn't yell it, but.
Hey, reference.
Hey, you, Mr. Louis Armstrong.
Louis Armstrong.
Okay.
Darian had to help me out with mine.
Bring.
That is an aggressive. Okay, well. Okay.
Oh, why did I eat all those McDonald's in college? Oh!
Zombies might be coming, and they might be coming in the next like maybe 150 years.
Oh shit,
What?
zombies are coming.
Zombies.
Alright, so there's one time there was this guy who was trying to teach crabs how to read. I think I gotta kill him.
Guys, you'll never believe this. I just found out Deku's dad, Bing Bong, he's still alive. He's in the form of a fucking he works for what?
No!
Fellas, I can't believe I have to say this, but no pooping in the sink!
Attention virgins, could you shut the fuck up for 5 seconds?
Okay.
It's not a rule.
Very good insight.
Only describe Skype.
Oh my lord.
Doctor, you're huge. It's me.
Okay, so like, you know, like climbing a tree? Imagine like way higher.
It's like a...
Pretty good.
What do they call it? The thing the giant monkey was climbing.
About mid A tier between Trivia Murder Party and Fixie Tex. Cookie House is up there as one of the best drawing games. The style of this game is really cute as you're making designs for cookies, and it gives this effect that it looks really nice and serves as a drawing game where all of the colors are at your disposal.
Unlimited colors! Unlimited colors!
Unlimited colors!
Yes! Unlimited power!
Most of the time these drawings make you stick to a certain theme of colors or have very limited colors, but for this game you actually have a lot of options, along with stickers and toppings to give your cookie a good look.
Bumper getting bombed.
Yeah, fucked up. I put the car in the vehicle. Fuck, I thought I put Brian. Yeah, shit.
Brian, how many? Guys!
No!
Cookie House was great. Like I said, probably top 3 drawing game. Gave this one a slightly low A tier, just above the first TKO. Suspectives is my favorite social deduction game. Unfortunately, I can't talk about it much. We did unfortunately have a couple problems with playing this game as an emergency came up and someone had to leave, so we had to restart our game. But then as we went through that round, the game glitched on my end and I was stuck in a constant interrogation of Tessa's interests. This was kind of in a thing where like people were kind of zoning out a lot. So unfortunately, the vibe just wasn't there. But fortunately, we did play this game when this party pack came out late last year, which is why we didn't force ourselves to try it for a third time, as we kind of didn't want to. But still, I'd say Suspectives is my favorite social deduction game, as there's a very focused set of questions you answer and whittle it down to one suspect. Plus, I get a little too into this one.
Well, what do you want to know, darling? I'm here to answer any question you've got.
What?
I ain't no criminal. I'm just a lonely cowboy.
He does this every time. He does.
Go on. Ignore them.
This
Go
is
ahead.
his bit.
Ignore them. Go ahead. All right, Tessa. So, let me ask you something. What museum did you pick in the survey?
Can someone please kick him in his chest?
I wish I could talk about it more, but oh well. For the glitch that happened, I'm gonna dock it a couple points, but it's at the bottom A tier above all the social deduction games, which was the most important. And then finally, the last game, and not only the party pack, but the last game in this entire retrospective, and it's actually quite nice, because instead of it being a competition, we're actually working together on this. Every other Jackbox game, even that involved teamwork, usually involves some kind of fuck over mechanic. But here, nah, you're just doing trivia with the boys. Even better, it's structured like an RPG, where you answer trivia questions to attack enemies, and you can either split the answers to hopefully at least get one hit in, or you can take the gamble and trust your friend and do all in for some massive damage. I actually really love this game, love the art style, love the gameplay, and I really want to complete this one in our own time after we take a break from this video. Capping things off with a low S tier, just above the previous best trivia game, Time Jinx. This party pack was a great finale to it all, and it's just a great party pack in general. I'd say the highs aren't as high as Party Pack 7, I'd still say that one is personally the best, but hey, this is a party pack with nothing but bangers, which I think only happened like 3 times over the course of this video. So either way, it's an absolute miracle this retrospective ended off on such a good note. This was weirdly one of the easiest, but kind of the most hard retrospectives that I've done, mainly because the games were shorter and way easier to play, but there was a bit of a fatigue with playing all these games one after another, you know, with people that
had a different vibe than I do, because I have a very good way of handling these videos where I handle each game like a checklist. You know, I go, you know, this game is done, this game is done. As soon as I'm done with the first game, I'm a little tired, but when I'm done, I'm like, let's go into the next one. When I was working on the Spider-Man video, it was a crazy thing because I felt like I was getting a little bit burned out, but every single game after I was done, it was like working on something fresh and new. And it was just so easy to just, you know, get into the next game. But this one was a little bit different because I had to deal with the vibe of putting multiple other people through this cycle that I like to do. And we did get a little, you know, we went a little much. I'll admit that. I want to say I didn't force my friends into any of this. They didn't realize it either, which I don't, you know, they're just trying to help me with this video, and they were having a good time, of course. But you know, it was just a very interesting. Ultimately, I do feel like this is probably one of the most fun I've had working on this type of retrospective, because just getting together, making plans, you know, and scheduling out, just hanging out with my friends, which is ultimately what I like to do, was very nice. And playing all these games, hanging out with them, I will not take that for granted at all. So thank you all so much to the people that are in this video that played all these games in such rapid succession. And I hope you had a good time. I know, like, they said they had a good time, but I really hope that they did. I really hope they appreciated it at least to a percentage as much as I do. And I hope this video came out great. And being able to wear this stupid bitch shirt on me, you know, as a remnant of the time that we had on these videos, and the mug, I don't have it, but that's just awesome. Like, these are cherished memories for me, and I'll love having these. Ultimately, though, I'm sure what you all want to know is, where did everything wind up? You were trying to keep track of everything through this video, but where did everything wind up at the final tier list? You know, where did everything wind up? So let's go through it. Starting from F tier and working up, we have Hypnotorious and Zeepeldome, both in F tier. And then we have Lie Swatter and Weapons Drawn in D tier. And then working our way up, we have Monster Seeking Monster, Dictionarium, Word Spud, You Don't Know Jack Full Stream, You Don't Know Jack 2015, Nonsensory, Push the Button, Quicksort, and the Palm Mine. For B tier, we have Drawful, Civic Doodle, Guespionage, Drawful Animate, Earwax, Blather Round, The Wheel of Enormous Proportions, Bracketeering, Devils in the Details, Bomb Core, and Joke Boat. For the A tier, we have Suspectives, Fibbage XL, Fibbage 2, Split the Room, TKO, Cookie House, Fixie Text, Hearsay, Trivia Murder Party, Role Models, Bidiots, TKO 2, Trivia Murder Party 2, Fibbage 3, Madverse City, Junktopia, and Doominate. And then finally, the coveted S tier. Time Jinx, Legends of Trivia, Fibbage 4, Patently Stupid, Roomerang, Dodo Rami, Job, Talking Points, Champed Up, Survive the Internet, Quiplash XL, Quiplash 2, and finally, Quiplash 3. Very Quiplash heavy in the S tier, but as I said before, it is kind of a bias because we are Quiplash OGs. Again, this friend group started on Quiplash, so we have plenty of love for Quiplash around here. But what do you think about this tier list? Did you like it? Are there things you disagree or really agree on? Let me know down in the comments below. And make sure to make your own tier list. Go on Twitter, Bluesky, or even the YouTube community tab and tag me and send me your tier list, and I'll let you know what I think. But ultimately, I think a lot of these games are great. Even the ones that are like in the D tier and all that, I could see people loving. Like, I'm sure there are people that get a kick out of Dictionarium or stuff like that. So don't take this as a definitive list. This was just all our opinion and, you know, what we thought we had a lot of fun with. And, you know, some of it was just kind of arbitrary guessing, because some of these is like, we don't really have a strong opinion about. We just played it, we go, that was fun. And then, you know, C tier, you know, whatever. But so none of this is in fact right. Like some people may see some of our S tiers and like, that should be a D tier. And that's fair, you know. But really, Jackbox was a lot of fun, and I'm glad I was able to share this time with my friends and play all these games from front to back. It was a lot of fun, and I would love to do it again. You know.
No.
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 Oh, I'm
Jack
so
off,
sorry.
bitch.